No. Peterson. Peterson, why? Why are you embarrassing yourself? Oh my god, there's so many other examples you could have given. There's an entire library, a compendium of examples you could have given, and instead you choose this. Sorry, not beautiful, and no amount of authoritarian tolerance is going to change that. Okay, Peterson. She is thick. Thick Peterson. Thick can be beautiful. You know, I think it's, first of all right, let's objectively analyze it. Like, she's not unhealthy. When you look at this body type, it's not unhealthy. Like, I don't think she's going to get diabetes anytime soon. You know, like, her weight isn't going to give her arthritis on her knee. So she's not unhealthy. She's got a beautiful face. And this is the type of woman you can troll your girlfriend with. Like, if you have a girlfriend that is slim, she works out, and she constantly, like, tries to maintain in shape, and then she asks you, like, what do you think about that person? And you take the Chad expression and you go, like, 8 out of 10. Like, you will notice, like, how her brain just short circuits, and she does that. Like, what do you mean 8 out of 10? She is fat. It's like, you're fat. Like, yeah, but, like, look. Thick. And there is a difference. And I think, like, the difference between fat and thick is the face, right? Like, if you have the chancla, if you're like, then it's fat, okay? If your face, like, if you have the genetics for your face to look like that, then it's thick. Thick mamacita. But, like, no, seriously, all jokes aside, like, what really annoys me is that there are examples that he could have given. Calvin Klein, on the other hand, is, like, every year a new extreme. From the beginning, where it shows an ushikushia lady, to this, you know? Like, yeah, like, this is no amount of benevolent authoritarianism is going to say that it's beautiful. We're going to go back into this in a little bit. But then you have that this is so progressive. Oh my god, like, dude, it's current year. I am not allowed to say anything negative about it. It's on Mother's Day. I hope that the CEO of Calvin Klein, if he has a son, becomes like this. I mean, every son should become like this. This is maximum progressiveness. You can't get more progressive than this. If everyone is like this, we're going to start sending spaceships to Alpha Centauri. But let's talk about this for a second. Here's what I think about this whole fat acceptance movement. Right? Like the whole progressive ideology where fat is beautiful and all that. So, when I was in school, my best friend had stinky breath. And it wasn't because he didn't wash his mouth. No, he had cavities. So, his breath was really bad. And his parents couldn't afford to take him to a dentist. And because of that, there was literally nothing he could do about the problem. Now, all the kids in the school were bullying him for having stinky breath. They called him Stinky. Now, the teacher comes up and tells the other students, like, hey, don't bully this kid. Like, stop it. You know, like, it's not his fault, blah, blah, blah. I don't think, like, anyone would disagree with this take where the teacher comes up and say, hey, it's rude to do this. Like, he's got a problem. He's going to sort it out one day, and he did. But stop being rude, okay? Don't go up to him, call him stinky and all that. It's not okay. This I accept. But imagine if the teacher would say, and it's like, no, stinky breath is beautiful. Like, all of you should appreciate his stench. Like, you should go and go like, you know, when he talks, because that is, like, the correct thing. Like, actually, stinky is pleasantly smelling, and pleasantly smelling is actually stinking. Like, people with stinky breath have been oppressed through society for so long that we now need to reorganize our thinking, okay? Like, stinkiness is a social concept. It's the same with the fat acceptance movement. Like, if someone happens to be obese, it's not okay to go up to them. I mean, it's rude, right? It's rude to go up to them and say, hey, fatso. Like, no one does that. However, while people agree that you shouldn't do that, we shouldn't also pretend that this is like this. Right? Like, everyone agrees that it's rude to go up to another person and call them fat. Like, you wouldn't like it if someone did that to your mother now, would you? So, I'm pretty fine and understanding by raising awareness that it's rude to bully other people. Like, okay, fine. But to go the other extreme and consider that, no, actually, like, societal beauty standards are forcing us to not like chubby people. And I'm like, okay, no, like you lost me. Okay, you lost me. First of all, society beauty standards, fuck off. Like, my dick has a mind of its own. Alright? Like, my penis is like the friend compass. It points me into the right direction. And if you disagree with where my penis points me, you can have a conversation with him. Like, I can have a Skype call and you can move your mouse closer to my penis and you can have this discussion. Because I'm telling you, it's not because of societal standards. Like, you can put this on every single beauty magazine and it's still not going to convince men that, yeah, like, this is actually desirable. You're not going to do it. I'm telling you, despite the fact that this effort was done and everyone tried to do this for a while, women have never been more fake in the entire human history than they are now. So you look at Twitch and OnlyFans, they got filter, they got plastic surgery, they got all of the expensive makeup done to them. Never before in human history has there been more layers of fakeness than now. And like, no one is pressuring them. It's literally the free market deciding. So like, all of this is nonsense. And by the way, I don't like the first one either. She looks like she escaped from Auschwitz. Like, my God, she's malnourished. Don't they feed her? Like, look how she looks. So like, all of these three things, except for the last one. You know, I can't talk bad about the last one. Maybe I'll have something else to add 4 years when I think about what I want to say. But no, this is very very beautiful, very ushikushi. But what I'm trying to say is that this would have been a better example that Jordan Peterson could have given. This, on the other hand, gives ammunition to the type of people that push the previous pictures, because then they're like, oh, what are you talking about? You know, you right-wingers, you're complaining about everything, and you're absolutely ridiculous. Because it is ridiculous. I mean, like, be honest. Okay, if this lady came up to your average guy in a bar and hit on him, do you think, like, the average guy would pass? No, he would smash. I mean, let's be honest, all right? And then you got Hassan Piker saying, sorry, not beautiful, and no amount of authoritarian tolerance is going to change that. Well, no one is saying... like, if I were to see Jordan Peterson on a beauty magazine, yes, Hassan, that would be an accurate criticism. Like, instead of seeing football players, and instead of seeing, like, all the athletes and the famous actors and all the male models on a beauty magazine, you would see Jordan Peterson. Yes, Hassan, I would agree that no amount of authoritarian tolerance is going to convince people, women especially, that Jordan Peterson is a hot stud. And I also like the fact that a lot of progressives are picking the picture where he is crying. You know, like the same people that are like, oh, well, men need to cry, men need to express their emotions. And when they find the man that cries and expresses his emotions, they attack him like sharks that smell blood. It's almost like the whole reason that men don't cry is because the moment a man shows that he is vulnerable, he attracts harassment. So, like, you show that you're vulnerable, and instead of being embraced and loved, you get more people attacking you. So this is why men don't cry. It's a defense mechanism. It's like, if we cry, we attract more of the harmful shit. And Hassan and other people like him, they get to prove that this is the case. This is why men don't cry. It's not beneficial. It's counterintuitive. And by the way, men do cry, usually at funerals and breakups and stuff, but like, they don't cry in public. Like, we cry to a close friend. That doesn't do what Hassan Piker is doing to Mr. Peterson. Yeah, I mean, you get all the... But yeah, you get all the people attacking him. Like, some people attacking him for the benzodiazepines, where doctors prescribed this to him and he got addicted, as if it's his fault if he took the medical prescription. Other people pointing out that, yeah, like, look, she looks hot. Again, like, this is the problem. Like, why did he pick this particular picture when there is a plethora of other examples? But let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the comment section. Take care.